If you checked out my last video, then you would have seen the La Chouffe tap handle, the one with the little gnome. If you didn't see that and you want to check it out, go back. It should be the last one wherever you're seeing this. And that one, it was a Belgian beer, and I wanted to cover another Belgian beer tap handle for you. In case you're new here and haven't been following me before, I cover a lot of tap handles. I also do custom accessories and things like that. And this one is one that I absolutely love. There's a number of super iconic ones, and this is one of them. With Stella, they do a couple of different taps. They do this one, they do a little bit of a more modern one that's got silver at the base and kind of arches. And with that one, they do that for the regular Stella, and they also do that for Cidre. With those, they've got different colors depending upon which one it is, whether it's Stella or Cidre, or there may be another one. And this one is one of my favorites, though, because it's, if I think about Stella and I think about their tap handles, this is one of the ones that's really iconic that I typically will think of. And I also typically will think about this particular one. There is a smaller one. It's like roughly about that size. This almost an identical design, but a lot of times I would normally see this one. There's a couple of elements on it that are really great. First of all, you've got this gentle curving arch, which is a little bit of a different design than you see on a lot of tap handles. And then you've got this a little bit more ornamental, decorative section with the Stella. And then you've got this top portion here that, while it's still kind of like part of the tap, it almost works as a little bit of a finale, a little thing to kind of finish it up there. And with this, there's a couple of things to note. First of all, you've got the bottom. So this is a wooden tap handle. This is the threading right here. That's the standard 3/8/16. And that's what you really should see on any of these. See here. Actually, want to check something here. Okay, so I did want to just check out that threading. It did seem a little bit different than what I'm used to, because I'll show you a little something that I noticed here. So this does work with the normal 3/8/16 threading. That is one of the adapters that I do. But you'll notice that there you can see a little bit better. I guess from the side that I was looking at, if you look there, they're a little bit more minimal, a little bit less obvious. With a lot of the threads, I expect them to be fairly obvious and fairly aggressive. You can see it's a little bit of a cleaner view there. So just a interesting thing there. And this does look like the standard insert, or it does look like a standard insert. And it is worth noting, every once in a while people will re-drill. So if something becomes unattached or something like that, they will re-drill and sometimes put in a new insert. But aside from that, this all looks original. This is a section that goes around there. And then you do have the imported from Belgium there. You may not be able to notice it. You can see a very faint line there. And with all of the, or I believe all of the elements on these, all of these are stickers that are placed on there, and then they do a layer over there so that it kind of blends in, and it works super well. That's a totally normal process. You do see there's a little bit of wear, a little bit of damage there on the side. Not unusual for that to happen when people have a bunch of tap handles. Up here you have Anno 1366. And that should be the year that they were founded, I believe. As I mentioned before, you've got this wonderful decorative section here, and it says Stella Artois. It should say that on both sides, the front and back, and then you should have it on the edges there. And then you've got the top section there. One of the things I do want to call out is that this is one section down here, the base. This is another section here, and then another section up top. So when you are getting these tap handles, you want to check and see and make sure that nothing is loose there. Occasionally I've come across ones where either the center portion will just kind of spin around, or the top portion will be a little bit loose. So you probably can't tell right now, but this does move very slightly. So, don't know if you can see that. This does move very, there you go. You can probably see it a little bit there. It does move very slightly there. And that's what you're checking for. You're checking to see if you're getting any movement and if it's like spinning or anything like that. That's a sign that there's some damage or it may need some repair. If it's spinning and not staying in place, if you get a little bit of wiggle, then that can be totally normal. So that means that overall this one's in fairly solid condition. There is that little ding there. But for me, absolutely fantastic tap. Totally love the Stella Artois taps.